Alright, good morning. Saturday the 7th of July. Just coming up to 9 a.m. And we've got a beautiful day out today. It's going to be a hot one though. I think it's going to be about 29 degrees Celsius is the high today. My trees definitely need some trimming. That's for sure, but those are going to wait. We're going to work back on the TR250 this morning. We're going to get this thing ready to go up to media blasting. So all the panels need to come off, the trunk, the doors, the fenders have to come off. Everything needs to be cleaned out of the body tub. I've got some bags of parts in there, some cleaning towels, etc. Tools have to be put away. Accelerator shaft has to come off. It's the last thing that needs to come off the car. And there's a few other little tiny areas of repair that I want to make before they are made bigger by the media blaster. I've got a little hole here right there. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to try to fix this before we send it up because that's just going to get blasted through. So we'll try and see if we can fix that up before we go out. But that's the task for today, and just a general cleaning of the garage would probably be in order as well, just to put stuff away. Anyway, we'll get down to business and we'll start working, and we'll give you an update along the way. Alright, just coming up to about 10 a.m. and we're pretty much stripped down as far as we can go as far as body panels are concerned. We're just going to go around and remove the last few remaining parts, the door catches, the accelerator shaft, and we're going to go ahead and remove all of these wiring harness, little, what do you call these, almost like shrink wrap wire protectors. So we're going to remove all these from the car as well. And there's a few other little bits and bobs, like I can see a little buffer over here for the prop rod that's got to come off. So we'll just do a quick round the car and see what needs to come off. I pulled a few grommets off here and there that needed to come off, but for the most part it's looking pretty bare at the moment. So we'll go ahead. We're going to mark this shaft and this bell crank here with a little line so we can put it back in the approximate position when we go to reassemble, because I'm going to have to take this piece off loose to get the rod out. So we'll mark this location before we actually go ahead and undo that. Alright guys and gals, the accelerator shaft is now out. It's just simply held in with a cotter pin and a washer arrangement on the inside of the car. There should be bushings in the accelerator shaft holes, but there were not. So I have a newfangled bushing kit from Good Parts that we're going to use. Although on my TR6 I've used a really nice bushing kit from Art Lip. So if you're looking for a good bushing kit versus the old nylon sort of washers that go in there, have a look at either Good Parts or Art Lip. And I'll show you that when we go to put the car back together. Anyway, you can see where I've made the mark here on this bell crank and on the accelerator shaft to be able to line this back up. Hopefully you can see that. So I've just made a quick mark there. This shaft has got a pretty good bend in it. Now I think I have a spare downstairs, so we'll probably end up using the other shaft or at least straightening this. But anyway, we've got a mark for reference that we'll have to switch over to the new accelerator shaft if we decide to use it. Okay, the door catches are off and the trunk catches off, so I think I'm officially now got everything off the car. We are going to do one little more thing over here. I remember when we were taking off the hood hinges that we had some stuck bolts. This one's broken, and this one, the nuts actually come right off. So we're going to try to get this broken bolt out, and we're going to try to weld a nut on here. So I may as well go ahead and do that now. So we're going to break out the torch and see if we can heat that up enough to grab that nut with a pair of, or that bolt with a pair of vice grips and twist it out. So I guess we're at the next stage of the project where we need to get the body back off the frame. We need to figure a way out to get the body off the frame and onto something that can roll, like these moving dollies, so we can actually roll it down the driveway in order to get it on the trailer. Planning on just parking the trailer at the end of the driveway and then using the shop crane to lift the body tub up onto the trailer. So that's the plan anyway. I believe the blaster, the last time I was up there, had a forklift, so I think we should be okay once we get up to the blasters. You can pick it up with a forklift, we hope. Otherwise we're going to have to pull the trailer in and figure some way out. I don't really want to bring the shop crane up with me, but I will if I have to. It might be a good idea just to throw it in the back of the truck. But anyway, we'll see. That's thinking way too far forward. Right now the immediacy is to get this tub off the frame, like I said, and hopefully we'll be able to, just move the frame over and sort of lean it up against the compressor like we had it before. Although I'm probably going to have to remove those trailing arms in order to do that. Great game by England today at the World Cup. Looks like they're going to be defeating Sweden and moving on to the semifinals, so that's a good thing if you're an England fan. Not so good if you're a Sweden fan. Anyway, here's where we're at. We've got the car suspended. We've just removed the trailing arms from the frame, and we're just about to lift the frame up and tip it up against this side of the garage and get it out of the way, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with the body tub. Alright, we've got the tub resting comfortably on the moving dollies, and it's rolling pretty freely, so I think we're good to go to get it down the driveway at least. So I guess what we'll have to do now is bring all the panels back in the garage and find a safe spot for them in the meantime. So I guess I'm going to have to go and get the trailer at some point, and we're going to try to get it loaded up tonight. We're going to be at the Blasters tomorrow for 11 a.m. and I think it's about an hour and a bit drive to get there. So anyway, that's it for now. Alright, all the panels are in the garage and stood up against the side of the frame, so we're good to go there. And like I said, we can get the tub out of the garage safely now once we move some vehicles, so we're good to go there. So I think it's time to break for lunch. Alright, Les is here. He's his normal happy self. And it's about, what is it, 6 o'clock?
Time for my dinner.
Time for his dinner. And he's grumpy when he hasn't eaten. We've got the trailer here, so we're going to wheel the car down and we're going to lift it on. Hopefully. We'll finish strapping it up in the morning, but that's where it's going to sit for the night, so I'm sure hoping it doesn't rain. It's not calling for rain. If it does, well, it's going to be sandblasted, so Anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. So, well, like I said, we'll finish strapping it up tomorrow. But we're going to leave it just at the end of the driveway overnight. I think that's the best course of action. I'll just leave it locked up to the truck. I think we've got it off the road far enough. Anyway, so hopefully it looks a little better than this when it comes back from blast. Although it could look a whole lot worse, I guess. I think I've got most of the holes patched up, but we'll see if it blows any new holes. I didn't get around to fixing that one small hole in the wheel arch, so we'll have to fix that when it comes back from the blaster. But there's what it looks like out in the sun. So looking forward to the next stage on this car. I'm getting it into epoxy primer. We've been talking about that for some time. So as you've seen in my previous videos, I have the epoxy primer from Raptor, and I've also got the Raptor liner to go on the bottom of the car and on the inner wheel wells. So we'll probably do that pretty quickly once we get it back from blast, because we don't want it to flash rust on us. So there it is, one last look before we head off tomorrow. And yes, I'm pretty sure my neighbors think I'm crazy. Oh well.